Yeah, we have free will. Brother, everyone has free will. What? Not Europeans. They don't have it. They may have created the language, but we perfected it. Ireland didn't invent English. England did. Oh yeah, and screw the month, date, year format. Date, month, year format makes no sense. You're just dumb. Majority of the world's countries. Day, month, year. China, Japan, Korea, Iran. Year, month, day. USA. Month, day, year. An American critiquing food is hilarious. We've got the best food in the world. No one goes to Europe for food. Really? Americans correcting English spellings. England doesn't speak English. They speak British. America speaks English. British is a nationality. In Italy, we have water, ice, we drink, we eat, we run. We do everything you guys do in other countries. Boy, you do not have water. I've seen plenty of videos. Why do they even build cities like this? Maybe these places were built long before there were cars. Why not demolish some of them in order to make room for cars and make the city accessible for all the people, including me? Fun fact, countries that start with the letter I are all in a straight line. Illinois, Indiana, Idaho, like bro. How did this get 18,000 likes? It's gotta be to laugh at how stupid this comment is, so they want everyone else to laugh. No way. I can't believe people in Europe are paying up to 30% tax. 30% tax? That's it? I wish. I can't believe American people get bankrupted by diabetes, bro. The Office, Arabic version. They buy all the American shows, bring American artists, American shops, zero creativity. It was originally a British show. That concealer is $38. She doesn't live in America. It's Singapore dollars. Why is she using USD sign? If you live under a rock, Singapore dollars also uses dollar sign. No, I live in US. Why the hell would I know the SGD sign? Respectfully disagree, Governor. America is the oldest and greatest country on earth, and this tweet doesn't live up to that standard. I'm a youthful football coaching legend, and I teach my players to fight opposing players, not unify with them. Delete this and grow up. Respectfully disagree, coach. USA is not the oldest country in the world. Iran, Japan, Greece, Ethiopia, India, China, Egypt. Those are all continents, buddy, not countries. Congrats on looking like an idiot on Twitter. What did I just watch on Portuguese national television? Does anyone know where Portugal is actually located? If the president sees this video, he's going to tax them like nobody was ever taxed before. Yeah, I'm sure Trump has nothing else on his mind right now. This is legitimately my headcanon for Fallout. Europe's recovered and just confused about America. Europe doesn't even have gasoline or electricity right now. Most history is US history. That's why. I hope that is a joke or some kind of sarcasm. This is obviously an American page, so I'm talking to Americans, not whatever irrelevant country you're talking about. A lot of stuff annoys me, but anti-homeless architecture has to be up there. If it's in America, I have no issues. Being broke in America is 100% on you. Gotta be the funniest thing I've read today, I swear. This is what it's like crossing the border in the EU. The roads change, that's it. Exactly the same as between states in the US. Not any difference. Yes, because the US is one country. Italian exchange student trying Olive Garden for the first time. I've been all over Italy. Olive Garden has the best Italian food in the world. I'm confused. 60 degrees is like colder than average room temperature? How does that cook anything? Am I missing something? 13 Americans think they live in Ukraine. Greenland is a part of America, so it's a lot more. Bro, what? Bro, what? Bro, what? Greenland is claimed by the USA. I hope this reaches UK Chinese food talk, because look at how delicious Chinese food is in LA. Wait till you guys see Chinese food. What the? Chinese food was invented in USA, so it literally can't be better than our USA takeout. Are we for real? Chinese food was invented in the USA? He's gotta be right. 44 people believe it's true. It's mum, not mum. It's mum for UK. You do not spell the word mother. It's mother. You forgot the most important culture shock. Freedom. Because in Spain we're not free? What? Do you even know which country is Spain? Please tell us all that you know / think about Spain. I need to know. Texas is like twice the size of Europe alone. Fun fact, it's not. And guess who pays for the European dream? Americans. In the coming years that ends, let's see how the European dream goes on. If they suddenly banned football in the United States and rugby was the only option, the USA would be completely dominant within 5 years. Do you approve of having St. George's flags flying on lampposts across the country? Yes? No? This is America! Why would I want a St. George flag? The internet is American. I don't know if you know that, but I can tell you that. This felt like an incredibly American-centric video of 100 historical figures. As someone who is not American, I guess go make your own? Yeah, the default country it is. Because the USA is the only country that matters. America has the most famous historical figures. 2000 degrees Fahrenheit is 1093 Celsius, for those wondering. Doing God's work for us Europeans right now. Why are you guys on American TikTok? Kinda weird. How could the rest of the world not be obsessed with us? Hollywood, music, games, sports, Google, Amazon, etc. Every significant cultural item comes from the USA. They can't help it. Europe chose their little walkable cities. We chose to go to the moon. Please stay there next time you go. Europeans couldn't even use modern day technology in their homes. AC and microwaves. We don't? That's new information. That's strange. How come I'm eating my food I warmed up in my microwave? This Pride Month, the only pride I need is the pride of my Bible and the red, white, and blue stripes. That's the flag of Liberia. Hell no. Take care of your own country and leave Canada alone. You do understand that if America actually left Canada alone, Canada would essentially dissolve into nothing from economic collapse and the lack of ability to defend itself. Then we would just take you anyway. That would not happen. 1 hour later. Is it really that hot even in winter in Australia? Another reason to never visit. Australia is a part of the southern hemisphere. It's summer right now. But isn't America like in the middle of the earth? So like the middle hemisphere. So everyone else got... Why is it all about copying? Chill. Oh my god. For your information, it's so incredibly sad. Nowhere in Europe except American money. The last time we went there, American money was worth more. Now they won't even accept it. So Italy, Switzerland, and Paris won't take it. You mention our money, they squirm. It's a shame. They're our allies. Bro, nobody uses euros. A dollar is probably 3 euros or something. A dollar is the strongest currency. Canada is tiny compared to the US, and you're the size of California in terms of population, and 51% of your population is below the border. As an American, what does that have to do with anything? Leftist Frenchie, go away. Stop with the nonsense. USA strong. USA allows France to exist. Any country would be happy to be a part of the USA. Name one. Alaska and Puerto Rico. Oh wow, you live in the US? Scotland. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how do you know English? A 21-year-old girl drives a BMW M6 at over 310 kilometers an hour on the Autobahn in Germany. That's like 60 miles per hour. That's like so wrong. Come back tomorrow. 41 degrees isn't a fever. That's very cold. Bro, it's Celsius. This is America. Celsius is an energy drink. This is America. Checks out for you. Bro did not have to do me like that. Putting your car in kilometers because you're ashamed of your speed is crazy. Oh, I live in Canada, you weird kid. Now this is something else. Anybody want to talk about how the month is 13? Missing key information on where you would like to use this. Yeah, most native English speakers use American English, but niche dialects like British English are common in certain places. This is an absolutely wild way to refer to the place the language originated from. Let's be honest, rugby players are just big guys that didn't make it to the NFL. The NFL is American, rugby is international. That should tell you all you need to know. NFL still takes international players there, it's just no good ones. I'm so annoyed with everyone using military time during my trip to Berlin. The war is over, people. Get with the tides. Europods do not believe in refrigeration. No AC, no ice, just raw dogging warm beers and pissing hot houses. Fourth world crap if you ask me. It's the stupidest thing ever. They just haven't been to Europe. English, USA. The country that has made English most recognized is the United States. Wrong. I like how the screenshot is in not English either, and they even know how stupid this is. The person who designed that must be an absolute menace. You learned words, but you don't know when and where to use them. You're the one using made-up words. Learned, lol, and you're trying to shame another. Global temperatures right now. Use American numbers. 42 degrees ain't anything. You ever work 10 mandatory side quest hours in 90-degree weather? It's degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So 42 degrees Celsius for me is equivalent to 104 Fahrenheit. Celsius is made up. That Google conversion ain't real. Whatever, bro. It's measurement. POV. Too French to tip. Broke Frenchies can't afford USA lifestyle. Your people relying on tipping to make minimum wage. This is not something you should be bragging about. I'm tipping people in the UK now. Like, I remember when people would be like, that's so American. Quick, the Americans are asleep. Post pictures of stuff that isn't expensive. Only because Americans pay for the healthcare of Europe. Lol, what? Hey, idiot. We use miles per hour in this country. Wheels is an Australian magazine. We use metric measurements. You're on the internet, which is American. Therefore, you can use the American best measurement. Actually, the World Wide Web was first developed in CERN. I don't blame you for not knowing that. You're apparently American. You do realize that Fahrenheit is more accurate than Celsius, right? It's not. You guys just assume that because you see bigger numbers that it's got more variety. Celsius does support decimals too. Fahrenheit is definitely more accurate, quite literally isn't. As a European, I can confirm, this is exactly what I'm thinking. You guys are poor. How do you even have a phone? When did your country get affected by the plague? Where is the US? Oh, he does not know. Who's gonna tell him? Why is soccer such a popular sport in the UK? Football is popular all over the world, including in USA. American football is not. Surely that tells you something. Most countries are too broke to afford helmets and pads. Soccer is just cheap because all you need is the ball. It wouldn't be an American posting if we didn't have the entire world has no money. Only we have money. Damn, American propaganda is dumb. It's not. Why are you on this subreddit? OP is spreading awareness that will probably help out other students make better decisions, and you've somehow made it about yourself. This subreddit is in America. Reddit is owned by America. Like you guys. People say Europeans are smarter than Americans, but these types of sketches make me question that. It's in Montreal, and probably from the 2000s. It's so sad that you guys have to go through this honestly. In France, it's so cheap and easy, if not completely free. France is like 100 people in it with a much smaller welfare population. The country of Georgia? Do you really expect us to take our information from someone who doesn't know the difference between a state and a country? The country of Georgia, a country in Europe, existed before the American state of Georgia. Look it up. Even if there is a country called Georgia, I doubt it's older than the US. I like how these people just change what they're saying, and they act like they one-upped them. It's like, even if I'm wrong, and that should just be it, you know? Yeah, you're right. World War III will begin by the end of 2026. There is no World War nothing. The United States military could single-handedly take on the entire world. Our poop is solid here. Bidets came from countries where liquid poop is daily. Americans aren't gross for not needing them. Everyone else is gross for needing them. Ironically, if you remove USA, the world would have no culture. Like, there was no culture before the USA. The USA is a smorgasbord of world culture, and then put in a blender and gifted back to drink from a fire hose for all to enjoy. Oh, there was. But American culture became globalized. You just have no idea because it's everywhere. From the jeans you wear and the music you listen to. Why nobody wears socks but American? Have you been to Europe? We wear socks. Every country wears socks. What are you talking about? If not for the United States, Canadians would be drinking German alcohol and stiff arm saluting. Canadians were fighting in World War II before Americans joined the war. You can easily fact check this. However, Canadians and Americans did both fight the war together. You probably think Canada is part of Europe. Get a map. Every country in the world that produces anything wants the USA to buy some of it. The USA market size is enough to want to do business with the USA. Dude, LA has a larger economy than Europe. As an American, whenever I feel bad, I look at my kitchen knife drawer and remember that I don't have to have a license to have a butter knife. What time do you go to sleep? I use freedom units, please explain. Actually, everyone claims pizza is American. Americans being a special sort of stupid is a separate matter. Well, no, it's because pizza is American, because no one lives in a vacuum. What? No. Can't believe I gotta say this, but pizza isn't an American dish. Aren't you guys supposed to be smart? It's in the Netherlands. I'm sorry I don't know where some random city Amsterdam is. Jesus. Amsterdam is so irrelevant, bro. I bet you more people have heard of our smallest state, Vermont, than the Amsterdam. No need to judge me. Also, you're British, so how did you know? Actually, your smallest state is Rhode Island, not Vermont. Shut up! Did I ask? I know more about my country than you. Chill. No need to have a mental breakdown. But we can pick whatever doctor or healthcare insurer we want. We win! Yep, and they get to pick their doctors in nationalized healthcare countries too. Unpopular opinion, but food in Europe is not good. Seasoned, weird, and it's always sloppy. Outside of Italy and Spain, and a few French cuisines, I wouldn't eat anything else. I basically had to go to the safe route with Burger King or McDonald's, because at least I knew what to expect. Is a finger up the butt really necessary for a prostate exam? When you realize nobody outside of America is getting a prostate exam. Never had a prostate exam, no, I have not. He's talking about an international flight home to the US. Though, as a CA, I do feel like Texas is a different country. So do all Texans. That's the flag of Chile you reposted, you bloody donut. The president of North America cannot be prevented from attending. This is law. The Vatican isn't in North America. We have more military personnel than people that live in the Vatican. And US laws still don't apply to it. North America law is law across the world. Passenger train lines in the USA versus Europe. Maybe because Texas is bigger than Europe. Okay, imagine a whole pizza. The Euro pieces are cut bigger, but the pizza is the same size. That's what you're showing me. Now Google value and familiarize yourself with it. If I give you 1,000 euros, that would be $1,170. If I give you $1,000, you only have 854 euros. Now, would you rather have 1,000 euros or USD? Probably the world currency. At the risk of annoying every single person who lives in Europe on Threads, please stop telling us to walk everywhere. Americans who live outside of big cities can't walk anywhere. You have no concept of how big the United States is compared to Europe. Every single country in Europe would fit inside one of our states. Germany is the size of Montana. The entire United Kingdom would fit in the state of Oregon or Michigan. Dude, we're not walking. You come here and walk. No, Gary, I'm not walking. Whoever decided that month, date, year is somehow better than date, month, year has a sick, twisted mind. The first one is literally how we say it when we speak. It's why it makes sense. Look at how special you are. Oh hey, America's hat has something to say. How cute. Canada's underwear is trying to talk again. How cute. I called to follow up on a job interview that I thought I aced. Was told I was rejected based off my accent. Two things. Well, everyone has an accent. I actually pronounce my words correctly, unlike my English counterparts. And you better thank the US for your cheap pills. The world keeps benefiting from American innovation while trashing it. If the US slaps just a 15% tariff on pharma exports, or European free healthcares would collapse in a week. The dumbest thought just popped into my head, and now it's bugging me. Why is autumn the only season with a nickname? We call it fall because leaves fall down, but there's no equivalent for any of the other seasons. Why not? US saving more lives in Europe than free healthcare by keeping peace? A nasty dig to European 2,000-year-old culture. Europe can't survive without the US. We saved your butt twice. Military is only 13% of the budget, and a lot of that is attributed to the fact we have to spend to protect Europe because they don't want to themselves. The elephant in the room is obviously the bigger part of the budget, which is entitlements. You little weaklings. Without us, you couldn't even defeat the Germans. Twice we had to help Europe because you weren't capable of defeating the Germans on your own. Are you out of your mind? This was 13 years ago, and if my memory serves, the magistrate threw the book at the pug driver. Multiple vehicle TC causing injury through dangerous driving, or something similar. The blue car? Yes, pug is Peggyot. We're American, we don't speak that red coat. Peggyot is French, my dude. Do you use WhatsApp? No, I live in a first world country. What country do you absolutely recommend avoiding in Europe during the summer? All of Europe. Too dangerous with the riots, floods, earthquakes, typhoons, rebellions, thieves, and scammers. Also dangerous food. Come on. We might have everything else, but the food ain't dangerous here. The food's more dangerous in America. Really, it's too dangerous. Stay in the US. As an Italian, I support this meme. Girl, you're from Maine. All the Americans wanting to move to Europe don't. Why would I want to move to Europe of all places? Zero freedom. That's the spirit. Is nobody noticing the date says September of this year? It's the 9th of January, 2024. Baby, that's not how you write a date. The weirdest things that Americans said to non-Americans that made them look dumb. Englishman, living in the USA for 15 years now. I've been asked a lot of bizarre things, but one of the best was someone who asked what language we speak in England, and how long it took me to learn English when I moved here. You should have said we speak British over there, and then started speaking like Welsh or something. A middle-aged American was surprised to find out Venice was so old, and an actual city for centuries, and not built in the 20th century for tourist purposes. When I visited a friend in the US, they told me about this amazing furniture shop they had called IKEA. I'm Swedish. United States versus the rest of the world. Oh, America. Electricity in Colombia is so expensive that they can't afford to refrigerate their eggs. First off, doesn't this risk the chickens incubating since they're not kept cold to suppress incubation? Second off, there's no way these are safe to eat. Who knows how long they've been sitting out? Finding purpose. Steve Irwin is an American hero from Australia. What the hell does America have to do with anything? America's the greatest. Anyone that doesn't think so is so unequivocally wrong. The greatest at though? What is it greatest at? I'm sure America is great at some things, but like, greatest country in the world? I don't know. Depends on a lot of things. I mean, more people use imperial than metric. The US is large population-wise, and it's more than the entirety of all metric countries combined. No one mentions China's measurement system or Russia and their cubits. Sorry to burst your bubble, but India alone have a larger population than the US, and they use the metric system. This was a cat I saw earlier. It's a kitten. And this photo doesn't really look like a kitten. It's so cute. It was so lovely. It's so soft. 5 minutes ago, I googled a soldering pen. Google says, search for soldering pen instead. So I never knew soldering was spelled soldering. So now I've been pondering for the last 5 minutes. Who the heck spearheaded this English rebellion and decided to pronounce the seemingly easy word with such balderdash? Free healthcare or 50% taxes. Are you European or American? Yes, because unlike Americans, Europeans can do maths. You have to be making 130k to break even on healthcare premium costs. Even then, if you get sick and let go, you're done. It happens to so many people. The United States has an higher IQ and EQ than Europe on average. The United States also has a stronger military than Europe combined and a larger and stronger economy. Nice Euro poor cope though, little bro. How shopping carts are cleaned in Europe. Where in Europe? Just in Europe. Every shop cleans every cart this way. It is no way just a specific place doing it. All of Europe in a monoculture. I've never seen this thing happen before. I can't believe Canada is even part of our MLB stuff in America. Let's go, my boys in blue. Canada has a pretty rich history. Oldest ballpark in North America is in London, Ontario. Ontario?